Alright, so we're working on a Dodge 2500. So we did get the seat out of here in case you're doing one of these heater core slash AC slash all the above deals. And I'm trying to do two things at once, and that never works out. But so this is the passenger side. So I got unlimited room. Two 50 millimeter passenger side seat, two 18 millimeters, and then when you come across, you have one more 13 here, right there, 13 millimeter, right, 13. Two more 18s in the back. Still got holes in here that I didn't get out. I was in a hurry to get this video done. Right? Two 18s in the back, two 15s in the front. And then you got to take this little tray out that sits in here for junk. And then it just leaves you with what you have right now. Right? An open space. Alright, let me get back to the dash here in a minute and show you what's going on there, alright? Alright, let's start with the sides. This piece here just pops out of there. Let me show you. That just has little plastic bumpers. It just pops right out. Boom. Just catch it in the front and pump right out. Alright. The box. Just push the two tabs in, flip her down, she comes right out of there. Center console, around the radio. Hey there. I'm trying to bring you guys along as best as I can, and it can be rather boring, but it is what it is. If you don't like it, fast forward through it, because that's how it is. You got it? Alright, so we're dealing with that whole console there. Alright, so we got two screws, ouch. Two screws in the top. Two screws. One here, one there. Torx bits. I think there were 15. Alright, so this sits down like this. You have one connector here. Boom, green one. Right there. Big one here. Right here. Multi-funny looking style connector right here. This one here, big one, blower, I'm sure because of this gauge wire. Blower goes here. Another connector right here, and then you have one orange one, goes right here to a control. All right, let's see, I believe that's all of them. Yep, this little guy goes right there. So that's all of the connectors on the control panel for around the radio. Alright. Now there's tons of screws hidden here. Tons. There's tons of them. Alright, so yeah. Just so you know, there's tons of screws. Now to move this cup holder deal out, two 17 or 18 there. Alright, that's where we're going to go next. And then removing the radio out of here. Alright, let me get them two out of the way, and we'll bring you back. You gotta bear with me a minute. I just get my knee on this thing in the floor, and that's why I clean everything out. These things on the floors that they put on here for all different stuff, you get your knee on the end of that, holy moly, it's really bad. I knew they were there. Yeah, well, what can you say? Alright, so You can tag all these things if you like. These are all fasteners for the radio and the cup holder, and they're all the same, all the same size. And then I missed 2 more for the cigarette lighters on each side. You got 1 cigarette lighter on each side of the vehicle. All right. If you're really fancy like I wanted to be, you would take and put those screws in a pocket, and then you would name the pocket what it was, but I ain't done that so far. Because I'm trying to do a video for you guys, and most of the time it doesn't work. Alright, some more screws that holds this cup holder in. I haven't found them yet. They're there. Oh, they're there. 1 on each side. Let me bring it in there for the for the shots. Okay, so down in here, down here, underneath the cup holders on each side, 1 on here and 1 on the other side. Also have for holding that ashtray in. These guys here, you just push this little lock, white plastic lock on it, and it will not come out. You may have to slide it out or something. I don't know. Should just release. Of course, I don't have my glasses on. Yeah. Huh. Let me get a screwdriver to see if something slides. Okay, so it just was like dirty. It had dirt in it. And then it just slides in there like that. You guys are seeing, yeah, you got to set that. Same on the other side. There's some screws, some washers, lock washers in here that have nothing to do with, anything to do with other than the owner of the vehicle. There's a color difference. We got the grays on the right side. Gray. We can get you that. Gray. Right side. Blue. Driver's side. Alright. So then I get these 2 more screws out. Two more screws. Cup holder comes right out of there. So you got actually 6 screws holding it in. 2 at the bottom, 2 in the middle, and 2 at the bottom, 2 in the middle, and 2 at the very top. Right? More plastic parts. So it's kind of important to take all those screws out. Actually, you know, if you wanted to get to the motors, get to these motors right here, that's what you need to get these motors out. Alright, so the radio. Let me bring it up to the radio. On the radio? Okay. So we got like 2, it looks like 2 antennas. 2 different antenna setups. Yep. And they got some sort of lock on them. Let me get the let me get my light glasses so I can see. All right, 1 screw, 2 screws, right there. Funny looking things. Hold the bracket down there for your seatbelt thing. It'll bust your knees every time if you're in here. No matter if you got shorts on or not. It's gonna bust it for you. Alright. Where are we at next? Oh, the radio. Got my glasses so I can see what I'm talking about. What I'm doing. Yep. Yeah, a little plastic lock on it. Hold it in there and just so you know. It comes off kind of hard. I didn't totally break it, but I did injure it a bit. And you just push down these little tabs to release it. So just so you know that there we go. That's how it's supposed to go. Not like I did it. That little plastic piece is supposed to stay there. That locks on, just so you know. Careful with it, because you might lose it. Lose it. Alright, so that's pretty much all of that stuff in the center of the dash. You can unhook all those little ties so that way it's easy to come out. I'll bring that radio harness down here, down there, and down there, so you know where they're at. Yep. Oh, there might be some more screws to take loose here, but I'm not got to those. My next thing is to drop steering column out. I believe that's the next thing I believe to work on is the steering column. I don't think you need to take this glove box out of here unless you want to. There's no I want to say this whole metal bracket that this is hooked to is all going to come at one time, but I've been wrong before. Huh? I was thinking that the top panel has to come off. I'm not seeing that yet, that this guy will come off yet. Alright, some screws here. I need to take this panel out from underneath there, and then I can see what I'm looking at, but I don't know yet. what I'm really looking at. There we go. And put that last screw that holds the box right there. And try to figure out how to get this ADL connector out of here without destroying the wires. Is going to be a challenge. Alright, so you just unplug it like that. Did you catch that? You shove it from the front side back and it comes loose. And that's your kick panel. Kick panel. Kick panel. Alright. Really need to work on dropping the steering column next. That is a whole bunch of things to do to drop that guy out of the way. Park and brake, disconnect. That's disconnected. Fuse box. And remove that whole pigtail harness from the plug. Just by this whole connector here. I've got a couple wires running in here for something. Not sure what they're for. They're way up in the dash. I think they're just for that auxiliary radio up in the dash. Yeah. A lot of ground's hooked up. So I assume I just gotta unplug this connector here. Lock. It's probably easier to do with the harness out of the way, but harness with the steering column out of the way, but alright, so just one plug there unplugs most of this stuff. Yeah. I don't know if you caught that or not, so we got this big harness right here. big tail harness. Pretty, just plugs right in back there from the fuse box, from the back of the cluster, and then the long one. Pretty easy to disconnect. Let's see if I can drop this steering column without doing no damage, and I'm sure I'm going to do it. I'm sure I'm going to do it. Yeah, let me bring it down. Yeah, I must bring it down here so you can see what it really looks like underneath here. Alright, take you up the stand. Stand we got, Jen. Oh, the screw one. Hang on. Alright, so here we go. So this cable's for the shifter cable. We got to remove that. That guy there needs to come out. This guy here is part of that harness, and also goes with that harness, which is part of the dash. So I'm going to take that loose. And yeah, this is part of the dash, so I'll just leave that in there. Disconnect this guy, and probably disconnect these 3 connectors, just because it's probably best. It's probably best if you can figure out how to disconnect them without some sort of brake, some kind of brake unit on top of that. That's looks like fun, doesn't it? And then another connector I need to take loose. Yeah, so that's the one I was telling you about right there. Then it just plugs right in there to that box right there. See it? Both of these connectors. It's kinda easy. It's hard to mess up, so you know what I'm saying. You know what I mean? You get those all unconnected. All right, so I was trying to figure out how I was supposed to get this cover off, because the flip lever, if you can see it, probably can't see it. It's probably behind the steering wheel. The tilt lever. Okay, the tilter lever. Actually, they have a slot right in here. See the slot? And it slides right over that. Holy moly. Just when I thought that they didn't have their head together, somebody decided to put a little slot, make a little slot so you could drop that. Whew. I don't want to drop the column down, but I'm thinking that these wires here are all going to be tugged too much, and I'm not going to be able to leave them with the steering column. I'm thinking right now. So I'm going to have to release all those connections there to lay the steering column down on the floor. I was hoping there was a different way, but I'm not going to be able to do that. Just trying to think if there's any more connections I can do. I got one up here that looks like it's a brake pedal switch. Let me call you back. Alright, so we have these 2 switches over here. That's that connector there. This connector here also is up in there on these controls. Alright. You know what that one is. You know what that one is. Okay. And then back in here on the brake light switch. light switch right there somewhere. It's right there. There's this plug here. Plugs right in like that. Boom. Plugs in like that. It's got actually 2 tabs on each end that you gotta get loose. Alright, so that'll remove that harness right there because I gotta drop that column down. Right, that's the deal with that. That's why I had to do that one. Let me bring you around here on the zoomer. Oh. See if I can get you in the zoom. In the zoomer. Alright, there we go. Bring this lens back around so you can see what I'm talking about. Alright. At the very top, we got one white connector. Way up there. Way up at the top, back around the back, top around the back, down around the back. Right there, white plug right there. We got a gray plug right here. Alright, there we go. There's the gray connector right there. That one there is just, it's the, got something to do with the gas pedal or something. Cruise control maybe or something, I don't know. It's a little tab on the back side. And it comes loose. Like that. Same with the top one, that little white one I was just pointing out. Same scenario. Like that. There, on the top, you just push that little connector there. It gets those 2 loose that there. What we have left now is clock spring. Clock spring connector right there. So you just push on that one tab in the center. Then it comes out. And there should be another one beside it. Also, a white connector. Push down on that and you got those 2 right there out. Yep, 2 of those right there, that's all. That's all we got to do with the harnesses, wires, all the stuff that goes up the dash, huh? Huh? That's all them. Alright, so that's, then it's got a little eyelet, you gotta pop it loose right there. And then there's that other eyelet. And that removes all of the that. One more connector here, plug. Right there, and then one final one back here. Alright, that brings that whole harness down right there. That brings all that goes on the steering column. You want that out of the way. You don't want to rip that stuff. Tell me why you don't. You'll know why. Alright, so now I just got 2 screws up underneath here. 2 little screws up underneath here. Let's see if I can get up there to you. 2 bolts. 2 bolts. It's the end of my finger. Where is my finger? Up there. One there and one on the other side. And that whole steering column will drop. 13 millimeter. 13 millimeter. Now this is going to be a deep well because Let's see. It may be more than what I'm thinking. Maybe more than what I'm thinking. To drop this column down. It might not go down as far as I think I want to. Mainly because of whatever this unit is that goes on the power brake. Power brakes. Let's see if I can find a 13 dip wheel. Alright, got three or four screws out. Looks like it's going to clear. Steering column's going to clear the brake pedal, I guess. Because that was concerned it was going to hit this brake pedal, whatever this brake pedal thing is. I don't know what it is. I literally don't know what it is. But I'm saying that it's probably not a good idea to mess it up. If you know what I mean. Whatever it is. Whatever it's called. Let's see if I can drop this guy down without injuring anything. There's that. Screw. Wherever it went. Anybody see where that one this went? Just took it out of there. Oh. It's not the one I thought. Okay, there's three. One, two, three. The fourth one should drop this column on the floor. Would be good, huh? Hold on to a spot. Alright, so it's kind of hitting on what I was saying that was going to hit on, I think. Maybe I have to turn it a little bit to see if I can miss that stuff. It's that unit I was talking about. Oh yeah. Yeah, we just turned it a little bit and it slides most of the way down past the brake unit. I'll show you that better when I get it down all the way. There we go. There we go. There we go. Can you see it now? Let me bring that light in there. So you got to make sure it misses that thing right there. Let me zoom it in for you. Whatever it is, it has something to do with the brakes. This one. Yeah, that's has something to do with the brakes. And hooks on the brake pedal. You can take this whole unit right out of here if you like. It's just one more bolt. All I have to do is remove that cable and this whole column out. Most of the guys I've seen so far will just lay the column on the ground here. And so the idea is you don't want to turn this column a whole bunch of times because you'll mess up your clock spring. So let me think about it. It's just one bolt to remove that whole thing. Yeah. Maybe I'll try it. Maybe I'll try to take this whole dash out of here without it. But there's a lot of dust on everything in here. But I'm sure I'm just going to blow all this dust out of here because she's full. She's full of dust. Big time. Alright, this is what we got for you tonight, okay? This is what we got for you tonight. But you guys can't tell what night and day is, but it's getting dark out.